Hi folks. I'd like to discuss with you again how worthless the United Nations is. And here's an excellent example. There's a gentleman, he's an American, named David Kaye, who currently works for the United Nations Human Rights Committee in Geneva, Switzerland. And his title is, he's a Special Rapporteur. Yeah, that's it, kids. What a title. And this gentleman is in Japan, or was in Japan, and he held a press conference at the Foreign Correspondence Club of Japan, and the news media was all there to report what this gentleman had to say from the United Nations, because it's very important, the UN. And you know what his concern was? Freedom of the press in Japan. The press in Japan doesn't seem to enjoy the freedoms that the press does in most of the world. Yeah, so we're concerned about that, so says this gentleman from the United Nations. Wait a minute, you're concerned about freedom of the press in Japan? At a press conference in Japan, where the news media from Japan is there, where the news media reported what he said throughout the news in Japan? What? If the government was repressive of the news media and its content, why then was he allowed to held such a conference and report it throughout the press in Japan? So I think perhaps that press conference in itself negated his concern. But that doesn't stop there. This gentleman has another concern. He has a concern that, golly gee willikers, freedom of expression seems to be suppressed in Japan. Yeah, people aren't free to express themselves for fear of being suppressed by that government. Really? Freedom of expression is a concern for this gentleman who represents the United Nations Human Rights Committee. The United Nations Human Rights Committee has been demanding that Japan suppress freedom of expression. Not all freedom of expression. You need to pass anti-hate speech laws, which by extension is freedom of expression. If I express hate towards somebody, I hate you. That's my expression. But if I express it towards certain minorities in Japan, you need to outlaw that, suppress that freedom of expression, and disguise it as an anti-hate speech law. That's what it is. So he's over there for two concerns. Freedom of the press, while he's engaging in freedom of the press in Japan, and the press is enjoying that freedom also, and freedom of expression is being suppressed in Japan, while his organization is urging Japan to enact freedom of expression laws to suppress it. What? Well, is that difficult for you to understand? No, it's not difficult. I'll help you understand it by using one word. And the word is worthless, in reference to the United Nations. Why the government of Japan pays this bunch of despots, the United Nations, any attention, I'm just baffled by that. Freedom of expression and freedom of the press is suppressed in Japan. What are you, stupid? I'm not the Wabaka. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. And God bless our good friends and trusted allies and the land of the rising sun, Neo Goku. And you better shut up. Yeah. See ya.